Hey guys, this is Steli Afti with Closeo. Today I want to talk about mindfulness and sales. Two concepts that I realize aren't like as commonly connected and associated with each other that you would think. Right? Well, first of all, what's mindfulness? So there's a big movement around mindfulness, presence, meditation. It's basically the practice of being in the here and now and making sure that from all the doing, you're actually taking some time off from the doing in your day and to have a little bit of time for being and for feeling presence and being in the moment and kind of disconnecting from the busyness of life and busyness of your to-do list in your mind, and actually take a few deep breaths and just enjoy the present moment and connect with your soul, your body, your mind in the now, versus constantly being in kind of the rat race and the next to-do item and the next to-do item, and also spending most of your time in your mind in the past as well as in the future, like constantly thinking about what just happened or what happened a few days ago, a few months ago, a few years ago even, and what's going to happen next and what needs to happen next, like constantly being between those two virtual worlds in your mind and being stressed out and busy, versus actually noticing and realizing and living what's actually happening right now, right in this moment. So there's a lot of books and there's philosophies around meditation and mindfulness, but sales is not really a discipline that has really borrowed heavily from those practices. But I think there's still a lot to learn from it. And today I want to share a few concepts on how mindfulness and presence can make you a lot more effective in sales. So first and foremost, a lot of times when salespeople go into really big, crucial, key sales calls or sales meetings, they go into these meetings and at the end of the meeting, they'll come out, and if the whole conversation didn't go as planned, they'll say, well, that didn't go quite as I expected it to go. That didn't go in the direction I wanted it to go. And sometimes if you're observing others in those sales calls or sales meetings, you can tell that when they went into that conversation, they didn't have the level of presence and clarity they could have, and that really affected their ability to sell and to influence. So here's one thing that you can do whenever you have a really crucial, important, big sales call or sales meeting. First, take some time to set the clock to zero, right? Take the time to reset your whole system, the mind, the body, the soul, before you go into this next conversation, and you can actually go into it with a kind of different quality of mind. So instead of you're hanging up from a call with your boyfriend or girlfriend or family member or the last kind of support call that you made, and then you just instantly pick up the phone to what you're doing next, and you're kind of coming out from one activity to the next, you take a little break to reset the system and make sure that you don't carry any negative feelings, emotions, thoughts, stresses from what you were just doing into the next sales activity, right? So a simple way to do that is to just sit down, go outside, move away from your desk, and sit outside or sit at some quiet place. Just take a moment to take a few deep breaths, right? It's always helpful. Just take a few deep breaths, make sure that your shoulders are relaxed, your body takes a moment to relax, and you just take a moment to wander around and just be in the present moment. And sometimes some people don't like doing that, so you could just take a walk out in nature or outside, take one walk around the block, just take a few deep breaths, just observe what's around you, and make sure that if your mind wanders to the call that's ahead or the call that you just had or something bad that happened or something bad that could happen, that you direct your mind back into the present moment and you go, you know what, let that thought go, let's refocus on currently where I am, my breath, my body, what's going on right now. Just take, a few minutes, 1, 2, 3 minutes, just be in the present moment, just relax, reset the clock from a mind and body state. Once you've done that and you feel a little refreshed, you feel kind of the quality of your presence and your sensibilities has increased, take a moment to visualize what you actually want the next call or the sales meeting to be like. Right? Take a moment to actually envision what would success look like. What would be the perfect sales call? What would be the perfect sales meeting? If everything would go your way, if nothing could go wrong, how would the call start? What would happen? What would the other party say? What would you say? How would you feel? How would the call end? What would you do and feel like right after the call or the sales meeting? Take a moment to create a visual image, a vision for what you want the call to be like. Because clarity equals influence in sales. And if you come into the conversation with a higher level of clarity than the other party, your influence level is going to be much, much stronger. So take a moment to visualize it, visualize success and visualize the outcome that you want. And right after that, you can sit down and ask 3 powerful questions before you go into the actual sales call or sales meeting. Ask yourself, what is my goal in this meeting? What do I actually want to accomplish? And then ask yourself, what kind of obstacles and challenges could I face, and how would I overcome these challenges? And then last but not least, ask yourself, what can I learn in this call? What can I learn in this sales meeting? What is there to learn from me if I really wanted to learn something? If I came into this conversation interaction with a desire to grow and learn something, what would be an opportunity for me to grow? And once you've answered these 3 questions, and you basically premeditated the call of the sales meeting, you took a moment to actually reset the clock so you don't take any bad influences from what happened before this call of the sales meeting. You kind of reset the clock so your state is at 0, you're kind of refreshed, you've visualized and created a vision for what you want the call to look like in a perfect scenario. And then you take a few questions to make sure that you focus in the right way and you have kind of clarity on what should happen in the call and how to direct the call in the right direction. Then you pick up the phone or you enter the meeting and you kill it, right? And you go get them, and you will find that the quality of conversations, the quality of sales calls, and your level of influence and energy and direction and clarity will have a dramatic impact on the other party and will help them make decisions quicker in the direction that you hope them to make the decisions for, right? So I hope those few ideas from mindfulness and from practicing presence will benefit you greatly, maybe not even just in sales, but in many other directions in your life as well.